Good morning, my friends. We got a really important video here. The other side of things. I find if you come to the mystery school and you have like a heavy Christian background, or you just think you're a moral, just person, and you have that whole thing of, I'm gonna fuck them over before they fuck me over. Everyone's fucking me over, and you think I'm fucking you over. You think that, there's something shifty about me, and you're gonna figure it out. And I've gone to show this many times over the years, and this is where people turn on me. This is where people think, I finally figured you out. I finally, I knew that there was a chink in your armor. So I knew that you were the opposite. And it's really you that's the opposite. So before we get into this video, I mean, it's going to make it so my video is not timeless, but on the crypto end of things, it's funny to watch it happen this time. Before I was caught up in it, it's funny to watch the retail investor, that's who we are, but the general public. Last night, Crow pumped, crypto.com's coin. And now all of a sudden I wake up today and the retail investor, which is us, the general public, is all in buying the top of Crow. It's fucking hilarious. It's weird to sit back and watch it happen. The general public literally buys the top. They refuse to buy the bottom. They feel like they're not in the herd. It's the herd mentality, and you don't want to do any of that shit when it comes to money. You don't want to do any of that ego shit. I'm going with the herd. This is the popular thing. Yeah. This is how we take your money. You're not in the cool kids club. You're in the I lost my money club. But let's get on with the video. These are the things, once again, if you came here and you're a Christian and you think you're such a moral person, I'm a Christian. You're a Christian. We're all Christians. But this, if my videos aren't devastating enough, I find this shit is right here.
Let's get into it. Rule number 11, cheat the system, not people.
This will take a bit of thinking because we're not trying to cheat somebody's business where we really hurt the business owner. We got to think about this because this isn't just, oh, look, I cheated that and it's like a big thing and it doesn't matter, because it does matter. It takes a little bit of thinking about this one. Yes, this is absolutely true. You're not being a moral person. You're being a sucker. You're doing the opposite of what Jesus Christ told you to. It's our ego. Once again, has a set of fake morals and fake motherfucking values.
To it. Rule number 11, cheat the system, not people. Here's the thing about rules. Half of them weren't written for human happiness. They were written for control, paperwork, and the convenience of some office clerk you'll never meet. So yeah, sometimes the smartest move is to cheat, not by screwing over.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you understand the difference? Do you understand the distinction here?
They were written for control, paperwork, and the convenience of some office clerk you'll never meet. So yeah, sometimes the smartest move is to cheat, not by screwing over people, but by bypassing the nonsense that wastes your life. Bureaucracy will always tell you to wait, to get stamped, to stand in line until you forget why
Do you think you're being a moral person by standing in a line that you don't have to, that was just designed to waste your fucking time, when in this area you do use a workaround? In this area you do use a loophole in the law. You absolutely do.
Up in the first place. But freedom doesn't come from permission slips. It comes from bold moves. That's why one of the most useful principles you can live by is ask for forgiveness, not permission. It keeps you moving. It keeps you human. Because obeying every man-made hoop isn't morality, it's obedience training. And if you think the system's more sacred than your time, congratulations. You've already lost the game.
You know how impossible this is to show to somebody that still has that thing where they think, you're fucking me over, but I'm going to fuck you over first. They can't understand this shit. They think that I'm somehow outing that I'm an evil person when I show you the other side of this. Oh, it'll be more devastating for some people.
More sacred than your time, congratulations. You've already lost the game. Rule number 10.
Because this is what people think Christianity is. Like 100%. 100%. So what if I took this away? What if you believe that all of these things is Christianity because your ego will tell you that it is? Your ego doesn't know anything outside of these rules. And these rules have been pushed on you your entire life. And since we're not allowed to know ourselves and all this thing, do you know what ends up happening? That the ego comes to the conclusion that this is morality. And it's not.
The government will never be your friend.
Oh, we get the fucking ad. Yeah, guys, guess what? The government ain't your friend.
Stop advertising.
Did you...
Governments are like
Did you let your time be wasted, your life be wasted, this is you being taken advantage of while you sit there your whole life trying to dodge somebody taking advantage of you.
Rule number 10. The government will never be your friend. Governments are like referees who seek...
Do you know what I say? If you're somebody that needs government benefits, please go get them. Do you need food stamps? Please go get them. Please take advantage of every single government program that you can if you're in need of it, because this has nothing to do with morality. Absolutely. This will be a very difficult maze to navigate here.
Rule number 10. The government will never be your friend. Governments are like referees who secretly bet against the team they're officiating. Sure, they wave the flag of public service, but the scoreboard is always tilted toward power, profit, and keeping the system running. No, politicians love pretending they're one of us. But notice how their kids never end up in the same underfunded school.
People will think, I'm too good for these things. I have this like thing where I would be too good for government benefit. No, you're really dumb, is what you are. That wasn't morality at all.
Yours? That's not friendship. That's branding. And friends don't tax you for breathing, spy on your texts, or make rules they don't follow themselves. Government doesn't love you. It manages you. It's less your buddy and more like that parent who says, "This hurts me more than it hurts you," right before it hurts you. Rule of the game?
Isn't it going to be difficult when people think the totality of Christianity is being a slave? Isn't it the opposite of what Jesus Christ was teaching us?
Stop waiting for a hug from the
Well, if this is what your morality is built of and it's all phony, it's going to be difficult to figure out what real morals and real values are.
collector. Rule number 9. The media will always deceive you. The media doesn't exist to inform you. It exists to shape you. They're not neutral librarians. They're propaganda machines with studio lighting. Fear sells, outrage trends, and nothing keeps viewers hooked like thinking the world's on fire 24/7. Ever wonder why you never see a headline like, "Millions of people had a pretty good day"? Because calm people don't buy more stuff. News outlets program you into fear because scared people stay tuned. And the real kicker? Most of the breaking news you panic over will be irrelevant to your life in 48 hours. Meanwhile, the good news, like disease cures, peace deals, breakthroughs, gets buried under a Kardashian's tweet. Rule of the game? Don't confuse information with manipulation, or as Carlin would say, they call it programming for a reason. Rule number 8. You can win arguments and still lose years.
This is a big one right here. This is a big one of not trying to be right, but not standing on shit mountain. Because what's going to happen is everyone's going to hate you. You stand up on shit mountain and you want to be right and you want to tell everybody how you're right and we're going to throw a parade, and then You have to understand the mind control we live in. We've been doing this for a long time now. You know, you're not just gonna like all of a sudden say something and you conquered people's egos. You have to let them be them. I guess we could put it as simply as you can't expect anyone to have learned what you've learned at the mystery school. It's the hidden of the hidden. They will not be able to look at the lies that they tell themselves. And every word of you trying to prove something to them, you trying to be right about something, it's just going to make them hate you. So we get nowhere. Do you know how we get somewhere? We just have to love people. We just have to let them be. We have to let them walk their own walk and we walk our own walk. And they're going to be abusive and they're going to be narcissist and they're going to do all that. And you know what? We just got to let them do it. And we just got to love everyone and everything. They're on their part of the mission. You're on your part of the mission. They don't even have a mission at all.
Rule number 8. You can win arguments and still lose years. You ever notice how some people treat every disagreement like it's the Super Bowl? Congratulations. You destroyed your cousin in that.
It's more about being. This is what I find. It's more about being an observer. It's more about letting everyone talk. It's more about you just let it go. You just observe instead of being the. See, for me, when I open my mouth, I become the center of attention because I have shit to say. I have interesting things to say. So when I open my mouth, people actually sit down and listen, and they'll listen for 5 hours, 10 fucking hours. I'm always afraid to open my mouth any fucking where. So I've learned to be an observer, and I just let them, and I don't say anything. And that's the way that you keep the peace. You're not going to teach them anything. It's all about love. It really is.
Disagreement like it's the Super Bowl? Congratulations. You destroyed your cousin in that family debate. Guess what? You also just lost 3 Thanksgivings of peace and 1 cousin who now thinks you're unbearable. Winning an argument is easy. Keeping a relationship intact is harder. That's the trap. We confuse.
But think about it. Think about how we all live in our own psychological prison. Like, how do you deal with that? Every single person has their own psychological prison, and every single word you say encroaches on their psychological prison. The thing is, don't be the mystery school teacher. You don't have anything to prove to anybody.
Peace and 1 cousin who now thinks you're unbearable. Winning an argument is easy. Keeping a relationship intact is harder. That's the trap. We confuse being right with being smart. Real wisdom knows when to shut up and walk away. Because
real wisdom knows when to shut up and walk away. It's not about being right. It's not about being up on shit mountain professing that you were right, because that's the ego. And it just destroys everything.
With being smart. Real wisdom knows when to shut up and walk away. Because here's the math. You can get in a screaming match, torch a bridge, and prove your point. And in return, you get a hollow victory and wasted time. Rule of the game: winning is overrated if it costs you years of goodwill. You don't have to die on every hill, especially if the view from the top is just...
Look, he's doing an explanation of Shit Mountain. He just said the view from the top. I shouldn't have paused it. Look, he's going to do it. He's going to literally do Shit Mountain for us.
Years of goodwill. You don't have to die on every hill, especially if the view from the top is just you, alone, yelling at the wind.
You alone, yelling at the wind. The first time in your life you ever got to say something, go up to Shit Mountain and say it so you see how anticlimactic it is. All this shit is so anticlimactic. And yeah, you just left there alone, professing nothing. You were right about something. It sure didn't go the way that you thought it would. Setting everybody straight and sure didn't go the way that we thought it would. We just ended up on shit mountain alone.
Winning is overrated if it costs you years of goodwill. You
You
don't
know,
have to die.
winning in this sense has been completely constructed by the narcissist. And we're playing by those rules. And they've been embedded in our brains. We've been taught it. We've been taught it, and it's all we see, and it's all we know. So for me to even bring it up would be like a new day. It's something different, something brand fucking new.
Of the game, winning is overrated if it costs you years.
But get that. Do you get how winning in this sense? It's not winning. It's ego bravado that does the opposite of what you think it will.
And wasted time. Rule of the game, winning is overrated if it costs you years of goodwill. You don't have to die on every hill, especially if the view from the top is just...
You know who was right? Jesus Christ. Do you know who was wrong? Everyone. Every single one of us. Every single one. You know who was right? Jesus Christ.
Of goodwill.
You know who we are? Morons that want to be right about something up on shit mountain, like retards. The retards that we are.
Have to die on every hill, especially if the view from the top is just you, alone, yelling at the wind. Rule number 7, what you refuse to learn, life teaches louder.
Oh, it'll come in a repeat. It'll repeat on us in Groundhog's Day until we rise from the drowning pool.
Nasty little trick. If you ignore the lesson, it repeats itself, but louder. Skip learning financial discipline. Hello, debt collectors. Ignore red flags in relationships. Don't worry, life will mail you the same person in a new body until you finally get it. People love to call this bad luck, but really, it's unpaid tuition. Life doesn't hand you a diploma until you've sat through the course. And if you're stubborn, the course...
I think this would be really big for anybody that's been at the mystery school for a while. I mean, to everyone else, this shit's like hyperbole, and this is just opinions, and nothing ever fucking meant anything. But since you and we know the repeat really well, isn't it a real thing in the real world, in our real lives?
You a diploma until you've sat through the course. And if you're stubborn, the course keeps looping until you're too tired to argue. Rule of the game, learn it the first time. Because life is a teacher that doesn't mind raising its voice. And unlike school, there are no half days, no snow days, and no substitute teacher. You'll either pay attention now, or you'll pay in installments later, with interest. Rule number 6, most problems aren't solved, they're outgrown.
Oh, this is such a big one. This is such a big mystery school one, because you slough off that snake skin. You outgrow you move past it. You learn. And we outgrow. The problems aren't solved. They're outgrown.
Every problem needs a solution.
You become more emotionally mature than the problem itself, and you find out that that's what solved it. It solved itself by you facing these mystery school things.
A hack, a miracle answer. But the truth, most problems aren't solved. They just shrink when you grow bigger than them. Remember what felt like the end of the world in high school? The text that didn't come, the zit before prom, the friend group drama.
Doesn't that change it? Doesn't that change it all, though? Doesn't that change your perspective on life? Doesn't that change the way that you think? Doesn't that change the entire way that you approach life and problem solving in your own life? It's not to solve the problem, it's to outgrow. That gives us a completely different perspective on life, and it actually shows us how to solve our problems. That it's not like how we thought, because there is no solving any of this. You outgrow it.
That didn't come, the zit before prom, the friend group drama. None of it was solved. You just outgrew caring. Adulthood is no different. Some things aren't fixable, they're survivable until you shift. That doesn't mean problems aren't real. It means your perspective is stronger medicine than any quick fix. Rule of the game: stop thinking you need to untie every knot. Sometimes you just need to drop the rope and walk far enough away that the knot looks like lint. Growth doesn't erase problems, it makes them irrelevant. Rule number 5: people are mirrors you didn't ask for. The universe has a twisted sense of
Yep.
humor.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We're in the meat and potatoes now.
People are mirrors you didn't ask for. The universe has a twisted sense of humor. It gives you people who reflect back everything you'd rather not see about yourself. That coworker who annoys you because they're arrogant. Check your own ego. That relative who drives you insane.
Yeah, most of the time it'll be so frustrating in like your workplace because the narcissist of the office or whatever it is, I've never worked in an office before, but the narcissist of the office will hate the boss who is a clinical narcissist.
It gives you people who reflect back everything.
It's hard for me to explain this one. It's hard.
For. The universe has a twisted sense of humor. It gives you people who reflect back everything you'd rather not see about yourself. That
Like
coworker
the people that talk the most shit at work, and that's all of us. That's all of us. But it's literally the things we don't like about ourselves, the things we're trying to walk past ourselves.
It gives you people who reflect back everything you'd rather not see about yourself. That coworker who annoys you because they're arrogant. Check your own ego. That relative who drives you insane because they never listen. Look closer. Maybe you interrupt too. People are walking, talking mirrors, and most of us would prefer curtains. But here's the rule: if you don't like what someone shows you, it's often because they're holding up a piece of you. Avoiding the mirror doesn't make the reflection disappear. It just means you miss the chance to fix your own mess. Life doesn't send enemies, it sends feedback. And if you keep smashing the mirror instead of looking into it, congratulations. You'll just keep meeting shinier, louder versions until you finally get the point. Rule number 4: the small things reveal the big truths. People obsess over the grand.
This is a pretty fucking hardcore video, isn't it? That put these like 10 rules or 11 rules into such short context. I mean, we could spend our whole lives on this shit right here.
Gestures, the
I mean,
speeches.
every single one of these things could have 20 books written on them by like Carl Jung and Nietzsche. I mean, every single one of these is vast.
Promises, the "I'd do anything for you" declarations, but the real story is written in the details. Watch how someone treats a waiter. Watch whether they remember the small things you
Oh,
said
absolutely. Oh, yeah.
in the details. Watch how someone treats a waiter. Watch whether they remember the small things you said in passing. Watch what they do when they think no one's looking. Tiny details are often louder than life's big moments. Why? Because the big things are staged. They're performances. The small things slip out unedited. If you pay attention, you'll realize most of reality is hidden in throwaway moments. Tone of voice, hesitation, eye contact. Rule of the game: stop waiting for the movie scene. The truth about people is written in the margins, not the script, and the margins never lie. Rule number 3:
Written in the margins, not the script. Yeah. I mean, yes.
the map isn't the territory. What you believe about reality isn't reality.
Oh, so this is so Alan Watts. This is so mystery school right here. Our perception of everything isn't actually reality. We're all walking around with this fabricated version of reality in our head, made of our trauma, made of our ego, made of our past experiences, and we put them on everything. And we think that that is a map. We think that our trauma and all that kind of shit is like a map of reality.
Map isn't the territory. What you believe about reality isn't reality. Maps are useful. They tell you where the highways
Yeah,
are.
you go around, and it can be so dangerous the way that I predict everything, because you will think that you're doing the same thing. The way that I do psychology, you will think that you're doing the same thing, and you're not. What I do is a gift and a talent. What you do is you use duality against itself. You see the positive end of duality and you think the equal and opposite is the truth. You think that that's what I do, and that's not what I do. I don't use the equal and opposite end of duality, but you do. And you think that that's what I do, but I don't.
Reality isn't reality. Maps are useful. They tell you where the highways are, where the cities connect, but no one confuses the paper map for the actual
You know,
ground
I
under.
think that's what really fuels the fire of the mind that goes, everyone's fucking me over, so I'm going to fuck them over first. I'm going to get you before you get me.
Are where the cities connect, but no
They,
one
they always think that the opposite is the answer. So no matter what you do, if you showed them the negative end, they would say, then the truth is the opposite of that. It's the positive end. They always think that they're predicting something. They always think that this is a map. And they're using duality wrong. They're using duality like the part in Jesus of Nazareth. You know, the scribe and the Pharisee dude goes, Jesus, the law of duality, it's a guide to my whole way of life. Well, do you know how you would use duality as a guide to your whole way of life? Somebody says the positive end of duality, then you go, the negative must be the answer. Somebody shows you the negative end and you go, the positive, and you think that this is a cheat code. And you're wrong. You're using it all fucking wrong.
confuses the paper map for the actual ground under their feet, except we do it with life all the time. Beliefs, ideologies, even self identities, they're just maps. Handy, but limited. Mistake them for the territory, and you're guaranteed to suffer.
Yeah, you have to let people be people. You can't just think that, yes, everyone is reading a script and they are scripted and their lives are scripted, but you can't walk into situations like that. You can't put people in that psychological prison. Let people be free. Don't try to predict people. Don't try to think that you know. Let people be original. Let people be authentic. But you won't, because you think you have a cheat code of predicting people and you just force them into your little cage.
Because life will always throw you terrain that isn't on your map. Detours, dead ends, entire continents you never imagined. The problem isn't that maps are wrong, it's that they're incomplete. Rule of the game: hold your maps lightly, update them often, and when the terrain disagrees, trust your eyes, not the drawing, or you'll end up wandering in circles, proudly
Let things unfold naturally.
declaring you're on the right path while lost in someone else's cartography. Rule number 2: time is the most precious asset. People love to argue over what matters most: money, relationships, health, and sure, all of those are big, but none of them beat time. You can lose money and make more. You can ruin a relationship and find another. You can even wreck your health and to some degree claw it back. But time, once it's gone, that's it. There's no refund desk, no undo button, no clever hack to stretch it out. That's why the biggest scam is.
And that kind of goes back to like rule 1 and rule 2 or rule 10 and rule 11 or whatever it was where we began. Of, did you think standing in the government line was making you a moral person? Boy, you sure need to reflect on that. All these things that you think are more, this is what a Christian will think. You know, and I'm a Christian, you're a Christian, but somebody that's a hardcore Christian believes that all of these things are, they don't know what their morals and values would be outside of these things.
No
I mean, this might be more earth-shattering than the regular mystery school videos that I make. I find this to be real hardcore for people.
No clever hack to stretch it out. That's why the biggest scam is how
I
we
mean,
trade it away.
it's like if you can make it through my other videos, it's because you lean on these things. You think all these things. You make it through my other videos because you lean on these things. What if I take these things away from you?
So cheaply, for jobs we hate, for arguments that don't matter, for scrolling on a glowing rectangle. Rule of the game: guard your hours like they're gold bricks, because they are. Money is just a tool. Health is just
Yeah,
maintenance.
we could write so many books, and I'm sure that there are, on just this right here.
Time is the
On the money is the illusion. The money was to represent energy and time spent, and the money was fictional. It was all a storage of time. It was everyone else's labor stored into the money. The money represents human being effort and time.
game board. Spend it carelessly, and the game ends before you even realize you were playing. Rule number 1: the game only ends when you stop playing.
Uh-oh, the only winning move is not to play, guys. I would say that's rule number 1. That's some motherfucking Jesus Christ. It's going to take all the teachings of Jesus Christ to not play the game anymore. I mean, this is no little thing right here. Do we know what the game is so that we could stop playing it in the first place? Do we know the rules that Jesus Christ was teaching us to break so that we can break them?
The real cheat code. Life isn't about winning, it's about staying in the game. Every setback, every betrayal, every moment you thought, that's it, I'm done, wasn't the end. It was just a plot twist. The people who make it through aren't necessarily the strongest or the smartest. They're the ones stubborn enough to keep showing up. That's the secret nobody teaches. You don't need perfect strategy, just persistence. Every day you keep playing, the rules change a little. Doors open you didn't know were there, and the board resets in your favor. The real loss isn't failure, it's folding too soon. So yeah, the game is rigged, the rules are weird, and sometimes the dice are loaded against you. But you're still here, which means you're already ahead. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos.
What a great video. I'm so thankful for this video because I've tried to explain this over the years and I've never been able to get it across. That's what's so great about the way we make mystery school videos is I hate it that YouTube has turned what I do into like reaction videos. I require these videos. I can't get these across to you. And a lot of the shit that I say, you'll think it's my opinion. You'll think I'm making it up. I need the world to help me show you that I'm on the same page, that I'm not just, these things aren't my opinion. I'm not just fucking making them up. So I'm so thankful for this video so that we could do this together. Much love to everyone. If you're learning for real at the mystery school, well, please donate. Much love. Hope you have the greatest day.